This episode of Derapy is brought to you by Scroopy Noopers and Lily Clark. Like the video.
Today's part 2 of our Good Kid, Mad City breakdown and review. We covered Shireen and Don't Kill My Vibe, which I believe were near perfect songs in our first episode. Then we talked about Backseat Freestyle, which I gave a 10.
10.
Pretty impeccable start to the album so far. Today we're listening to The Art of Peer Pressure, Money Trees, and Poetic Justice. Let's get into it.
Derapy. Everybody sit your bitch ass down and listen to true motherfucking story told by Kendrick Lamar, Rosecrans, bitch.
It's really quite sad because when you first hear this song, you're like, oh, this is going to be a really sweet track. It's called The Art of Peer Pressure. It's just going to be talking about him rolling around with his friends, doing things that he really doesn't want to do, but it's coming from kind of like a wholesome angle. I love this part. I'm singing along. My bad. All right, let me actually analyze the song. Sorry. That's my favorite part of the song. Even though it's really just the intro to the track, I really just like that part. That's one of the parts probably when I listen back to this album that I sing along to the most. It's just really well executed. I really like the harmonies. I really just love the artistic choice to have such like a wonderful and lush like harmonic intro to this otherwise pretty haunting song where it's the story of a kid on Rosecrans who's getting caught up in some shenanigans. And this song's going to talk about the art of peer pressure. We're getting a real tone switch, so prepare your body.
Me and my niggas 4 deep in a white Toyota. A quarter tank of gas, 1 pistol and orange soda. Janky stash box when the federales a roll up. Basketball shorts with the Gonzalez Park odor. We on the mission for bad bitches in trouble. I hope the universe love you today. Cause the energy we bring is sure to carry away a flock of positive activists and fill their body with hate if it's necessary. Bumpin' Jeezy first album looking distracted. Speaking language only we know you think it's an accent. The windows roll down, all I see is a hand pass it. Hotboxing like George Foreman, grilling the masses of the working world. We pulled up on a bunch of working girls and asked them what they working with. Look at me, I got the blunt in my mouth. Usually I'm drug free, but shit, I'm with the homies.
Pretty sure Drake had a bar about the homies empowering Kendrick during the beef. I think it was a reference to this song, which makes sense because Drake probably listened to it. He's probably a fan of the album.
He's on it.
Kendrick paints the picture, and you can tell by his tone that he looks back on this time with a little bit of regret. 4 homies in the white Toyota. He's painting the picture. Quarter tank of gas, 1 pistol, an orange soda. He's like, this is us. This is how we ride. This is how we smell. This is what we're up to. It's no good. We get one of a couple of the Jeezy references on the album. Kendrick says the energy they're moving with could fill a positive activist body with hate. That is bad Juju Smith-Schuster right there. He talks about the accent they speak with, says they're hotboxing like a George Foreman grill. They're catcalling random women. He's smoking a blunt. He's like, bro, this is not me for real. But also, I am with the homies. Perfect start to the song. Great verse. Let's hit the chorus.
Yeah, nigga, we out for peeling Remy Red. Come through and bust your head, nigga. Me and the homies. Sag all the way to the liquor store with my niggas pour forward and get twisted some more. Me and the homies. I ride for my motherfucking niggas. Hop out, do my stuff, then hop back in. Me and the homies. Matter of fact, I hop out that motherfucking be like, do, 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 do.
So our first chorus has Kendrick and the homies feeling big, feeling tough. They're off a pill and Remy Red. They're coming through to bust your head. They're sagging to the liquor store. They're hopping out. They're doing their stuff. They're hopping back in. Actually, no. They're not just hopping out and doing their stuff and hopping back in. They're hopping out and they're like, do. Actually, more so than that. They're hopping out and they're like, boom, bop, boom, 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 bop, bam. The type of shit they're on there, you probably wouldn't understand, to be fair. Anyways, here's the second verse.
It's 2:30 and the sun is beaming. Air conditioner broken, I hear my stomach screaming. Hungry for anything unhealthy, and if nutrition can help me, I'll tell you to suck my dick, then I'll continue eating. We're speeding on the 405 passing Westchester. You know the light-skinned girls and all the little dresses, good lord. They knew we weren't from around there, cause every time we down there, we pulling out the Boost Mobile SIM cards. Bougie bitches with no extensions, hood niggas with bad intentions. The perfect combination. Before we sparked the conversation, we seen 3 niggas in colors we didn't like, then start interrogating. I never was a gangbanger, I mean I never was stranger to the funk neither. I really doubt it. Rush a nigga quick and then we laugh about it. That's ironic, cause I never been violent until I'm with the homies. Just riding.
So our second verse is a few things I want to point out. 2:30 and the sun is beaming is such an interesting thing to detail. Like, y'all are really popping out with the shenanigans in broad daylight. That's unfortunate for the community. Air conditioner broke and my stomach's screaming. Hungry for anything unhealthy. This means a number of things, because throughout the album, we'll talk a lot about being thirsty for the spirit, thirsty for holy water. We are also hungry, but not literally. Well, maybe literally, but we are unfulfilled, so to speak. And when we do eat, it's unhealthy. And we're not just talking about eating unhealthy like Hardee's or something. I mean, we're filling our soul and our mind and our spirit with unhealthy actions and activity like are being detailed in this song. Kendrick is in this song with the homies, just acting up, filling themselves with nothing but bad behavior, bad attitudes, bad intentions. He mentions the 405 and Westchester to kind of add to the imagery. He says light-skinned girls are out in dresses, which means it's probably spring or summer. He talks about Boost Mobile SIM cards to further describe the time. And I also like the rhyme schemes.
Get water immediately.
I also like the rhyme schemes of bougie bitches and no extensions. Hood homies say it with bad intentions. Perfect combination. We spark conversation. Then we see colors we don't like. We start interrogating, and suddenly we're gangbanging. And Kendrick once again blames it on the homies for his tripping. But deep down, we all know he's just as much as responsible as anybody else in this crew. Like, he's the one who took his mom's van and said he'd be back in like 15 minutes.
So that was a fucking lie.
So after the chorus, where he admits that he's tripping, but he's not loving it, we get to the third verse where Kendrick basically says that him and the homies are going to rob a home.
Bragging about the episode we just had. A shot of Hennessy didn't make me feel that bad. I'm usually a true firm believer of bad karma. Consequences from evil will make you pass, hunter. We trying to conquer the city with disobedience. Quick to turn it up even if we ain't got the CD in. But Jeezy still playing and our attitude is still, nigga, what is you saying? Pull in front of the house that we've been camping out for like 2 months. The sun is going down as we take whatever we want.
Kendrick would proceed to detail how him and the homies would burglarize some unsuspecting tax-paying citizen's home.
Hey, nigga, jackpot, nigga, found the safe.
Hey, nigga, I think there's somebody in this room.
Wait, what?
Nigga, there's somebody in this room.
I hit the back window in search of any Nintendo DVDs, plasma screen TVs in the trunk. We made a right, they made a left, they made a right, they made a left. We was just circling life. My mama called.
Hello? What you doing?
Kicking it. I should have told her I'm probably about to catch my first offense with the homies.
Fascinating how the song just kind of escalates further and further down the path of just treachery. Because in the first verse, they're just hollering at randoms and hotboxing. Fine. Second verse, they're hollering at like light-skinned girls and they're intimidating people wearing different colors. You're like, all right, this is getting a little, it's getting a little hairy. Maybe we should settle it down. Like, maybe we should relax. And in the third verse, it's just like, yeah, we just robbed someone's home. Like, bro, call it a day.
But they made a right, they made a left, they made a right, then another right. One lucky night with the homies.
Hey, you faded up? Yeah, we finally got that nigga faded. Ooh,
He on there.
I think he hit the wrong blunt though.
Ooh, which way you talking about?
Which one you talking about? I was pretty hit the one with the shenanigans in. I'm pretty hit that. Nah, that nigga straight, he ain't hit that one. Not the shenanigans?
Not the shenanigans.
Get that nigga the shenanigans.
Nigga, I think we should push back to the city. For real though.
Nigga, for what? Man, what's that Jeezy song say, nigga?
Last time I checked, I was the man on these streets, man.
Yeah, that shit right there. I'm trying to be the nigga in the street.
Jeezy gets mentioned 3 different times on this track, and I wonder how Jeezy himself feels about being the cause for these young men just absolutely crashing out in broad daylight. The shenanigans begin at 2:30 in the afternoon. We're hollering at people, we're gangbanging, we're running up in people's houses, we're smoking things that are laced, we're hotboxing like George Foreman grills. All of this because of Jeezy songs. They've been bumping Jeezy for as long as some people clock into work.
Yo, man, you know how this shit go.
Alright, here's the plan, love. We can use the kickback as an alibi. Wait till the sun go down, roll out, complete the mission, drop K-Dot off at his mama van, at the park. Cause I know he's trying to fuck on Shireen tonight.
That's not gonna do it.
Then we all gonna meet back at the block at about 10:30.
That's straight, but we should just meet up around 12. I'm trying to fuck on something too.
Nigga, shut your dumb ass back down, nigga. You ain't finna do shit tonight. Matter of fact, nigga, get in the motherfucking car. We finna get active.
The art of peer pressure is a 10.
10.
This song is so unintentionally funny. I love how Kendrick describes it as one lucky night with the homies, because with all the stuff that they got up to throughout the day, there definitely should have been some more consequences, and there were none. We're smoking, we're drinking, we're hollering at random women, we're committing robberies, we're like starting turf wars with rival gangs. Like, for them to all just be chilling here, joking about how young Kenny might be spazzing because he smoked something that they're referring to casually as the shenanigans. The fact that they're all just sitting around chilling in one piece is crazy. So, but yeah, the storytelling's awesome. The lyricism's awesome. It's a shockingly like easy story to follow. It seems to me like this is before the Shireen incident, so this isn't necessarily like linear storytelling, because in the beginning of the album, Kendrick is pulling up to Shireen's and being confronted by her brothers or her family or whatever. But in this song, at the end of it, they're talking about how he's going to see her later. So that's something interesting to note. Also important for us to note that Kendrick may have smoked something that he was not supposed to, and they should probably be more concerned about it, but they're kind of just playing it off as a joke. But yeah, this is a really great song. I never skip it. I love the beginning with the one day it's gonna burn you out, and then we get the actual story, and you can tell by the instrumental that even though they're getting off scot-free and it seems like they're rolling around having tons of fun, you can tell by the tone of the instrumental that these are not good things. These are not positive activities that are going to benefit you in the long run. So yeah, feeling a 10 on this one. We are going to go ahead and get into our next song, Money Trees, but first a word from my editor.
First things first.
Like the video.
Also, please adjust your posture. I swear to Jesus, if you are hunched over, I am gonna. Today's episode of Derapy is brought to you by Color Me Rad Design. They make pretty sick clothing for adults and children. They are selling t-shirts. I just checked their website for like $25 over there. It's a pretty good deal. They have designs for men, women, and children. It's a real mom and pop type business, small business, so please go check out their site, link in the pinned comment and description. Thank you again to Scroopy Noopers for being a Derapy sponsor. Now, what's your favorite kind of tree?
Me and my niggas tryna get it, yeah bitch. Yeah bitch. Hit that house, like tell me is you with it, yeah bitch. Yeah bitch. Home invasion was persuasive. From 9 to 5, I know it's vacant, yeah bitch. Yeah bitch. Dreams of living life like rappers do. Back when condom rappers wasn't cool. They wasn't cool. I fucked Shireen and went to tell my bros. Then Usher Raymond let it burn came on. Hot sauce all that not top rhyming, yeah bitch. Yeah bitch. Park the car, then we start rhyming, yeah bitch. Yeah bitch. The only thing we had to free our mind. Then freeze that verse when we see dollar signs. You looking like an easy come up, yeah bitch. Yeah bitch. A silver spoon, I know you come from, yeah bitch. Yeah bitch. And that's a lifestyle that we never knew. Go at a revving for the revenue.
This is many people's favorite song from the album, and I definitely understand why, because the hook is super fun and catchy, which we will definitely be getting to. The first verse, however, is directly referencing the album. Yeah, bitch. He talks about robbing the home, the backseat freestyle, Shireen. He says they dream of living life like rappers do. Like Jeezy, I imagine. It's all very in line with what we've heard on the album so far. I don't think it's Kendrick's best or one of the best flows on the album, but the vibe is definitely there. Let's hear the chorus one time.
Go at a reverend for the revenue. Go Halle Berry or hallelujah. Pick your poison, tell me what you're doing. Everybody go respect the shooter, but the one in front of the gun lives forever.
The one in front of the gun forever.
And I've been hustling all day, this away, that away, through canals and alleyways, just to say, money trees is the perfect place for shade, and that's just how I feel. Nah, $8 might just fuck your main bitch, that's just how I feel. Nah, $8 might say fuck them niggas that you game with, that's just how I feel. Nah, $8 might just make that lane switch, that's just how I feel. Nah, $8 might turn to $1 million and we all rich, that's just how I feel.
This is arguably the best hook on the album. Halle Berry or Hallelujah is pretty funny. Like, you can either be a God-fearing man or you can go Hollywood, get the money and the fame and the baddies. See Halle Berry. Pick your poison. The one in front of the gun lives forever is actually pretty deep, in my opinion. We'll talk more about this in later tracks, but the basic idea is that you don't get props for shooting somebody because, you know, everybody's shooting. But the one who was lost, they came from a family. They have people who love them and may miss them, especially if they died before their time, if they were young. And they'll be immortalized because they had unrealized potential. The one in front of the gun lives forever. Then, of course, there's the duality of man after this sentiment. Kendrick is like, yeah, money trees are the perfect place for shade. Only rest, only stop hustling if you're chilling under a tree of money, which kind of alludes to the old cliche, money doesn't grow on trees. This chorus is deeper than I think people actually give it credit for. The last bit of the verse, I believe, kind of references the lottery, that it's the homie's ultimate dream. I think a $1 lottery ticket making you a millionaire. But yeah, that's just how I feel. Let's hit the second verse.
Dreams of living life like rappers do. Bump that new E40 at the school. You know, big ballin' with my homies. Earl Stevens had us thinking rational. Back to reality, we pour ya, bitch. Another casualty at war, ya, bitch. 2 bullets in my Uncle Tony head. He said one day I'll be on tour, ya, bitch. That Louis burgers never be the same. A Louis Belter never ease that pain. But I'ma purchase when that day is jerking. Pull off at churches with Pirelli skirting. Gang signs out the window, yeah, bitch. Hoping all of them offend you, yeah, bitch. They say your hood is a pot of gold. And we go crash it when nobody's home.
Kendrick talks about living life like rappers, bumping E40s, big ballin' with my homies. But when the song ends, they're still broke. Another casualty at war refers to neighborhood friends lost in Compton. Casualty of war is kind of like it's expected. Kind of comes with the cost of doing business when it comes to war. A casualty in Compton kind of comes with the business of just living in Compton. Kendrick says Uncle Tony was killed at Louis Burgers, and now that place is never going to be the same. A Louis belt won't ease that pain. Money or fame is not going to bring back Tony or any of the dead homies. And this verse is honestly kind of sad, I'm not going to lie. And it ends with him saying, yeah, that's why we rob people. We are trying to get our money up and get out of here. And honestly, I feel you, dog. Don't rob people, though.
$8 might turn to $1 million, then we all rich. That's just how I feel.
Be the last one out to get this dough. No way, love one of you bucket-headed hoes. No way, hit the streets and we break the code. No way, hit the brakes when they on patrol. No way, be the last one out to get this dough. No way, love one of you bucket-headed hoes. No way, hit the streets and we break the code. No way, hit the brakes when they on patrol. No way.
We get a bridge from Anna Wise, one of a few contributions from her on the album. She speaks from the perspective of a youngin' in Compton as well. No one wants to be the last to get the dough. No one wants to be stuck with a bucket-headed hoe? It's understandable. Then we get a inspired verse from J-Rock here.
Imagine rock up in them projects where them niggas pick your pockets. Santa Claus don't miss them stockings. Liquor spilling, pistols popping, baking soda, Yola whipping. Ain't no turkey on Thanksgiving. My homeboy just domed a nigga. I just hope the Lord forgive him. Pots with cocaine residue. Every day I'm hustling. What else is a thug to do when you eat cheese from the government? Gotta provide for my daughter and them. Get the fuck up out my way, bitch. Got that drum and I got them bands just like a parade, bitch. Drop that work up in the bushes. Hope them boys don't see my stash. If they do tell the truth, this the last time you might see my ass. From the gardens where the grass ain't cut, them serpents lurking blood. Bitches selling pussy, niggas selling drugs, but it's all good. Broken promises, still your watch and tell you what time it is. Take your J's and tell you to kick it where a falaka is. In the streets with a heater under my dungarees. Dreams of me getting shaded under a money tree.
So many great bars from J-Rock in this verse. Tell me which are your favorite. We got baking soda, YOLO whipping, ain't no turkey on Thanksgiving. Right after Santa Claus, don't miss them stockings. I just find this the juxtaposition of these bars is really cool. I love where he says, I'm providing for my daughter. Get the fuck up out my way, bitch. Just awesome delivery. And then he follows that up with got that drum and I got them bands just like a parade, bitch. Drums like gun drums, bands like money. Drums and bands are also in a parade. It might sound simple. I think it's very well executed. Then we get broken promises, steal your watch and tell you what time it is. It's kind of like, this is like stealing somebody's phone, turning it off, and then being like, "Hey, bro, let me just call it for you, and we'll see where it is." But man, you really gotta be more smart with your valuables, man. You gotta look out. Like, dude, you stole it. Then to reinforce this idea, he adds, "They'll steal your J's until you kick it where a Foot Locker is." Awesome verse, very punny. High marks from me. We get a final chorus from Kendrick and Anna Wise, and then another hilarious skit from Kendrick's parents.
Money trees is the perfect place for shade, that's just how I feel.
Kendrick, just bring my car back, man. I called in for another appointment. I figured you weren't going to be back here on time anyway. Look, shit, I just want to get out the house, man. This man is on one. He feeling good. And a motherfucker. Shit, I'm trying to get my thing going too. I'm going to Maryland house. Just bring my car back. Shit, he faded. He's feeling good. Look, listen to him.
You got a big old fat ass, girl. Girl, I want your body. I want your body because of that big old fat ass. Girl.
See, he as hell. Shit, he ain't even tripping off them dominoes no more. Just bring the car back.
Did somebody say domino?
Kendrick, just bring the car back. You know, it actually just occurred to me that he might not even be talking about Domino's Pizza. Like, he could very much be talking about the dominoes that you use to play games, but I digress. Money Trees isn't my favorite song on the album. I don't think it's the best, but it does have great impact, a memorable beat, great lyrics and vibe. Awesome storytelling. I actually really enjoy J-Rock's feature. Honestly, I like J-Rock's verse just as much as I enjoyed Kendrick's verses on this song. I do think the song runs a little bit long even before the skit at the end, but it's still a really, really great song. I'm feeling a solid 9 on it, like a 9.5, something like that.
9.
Really great song, just not one of his best in my opinion. Now, before we get to Poetic Justice, a quick word from my editor about today's second sponsor, Lily Clark.
This episode of Derapy is sponsored by Lily Clark, who is running a program called Just Hacking Training, or JHT for short. They release new training every first and third week of every month this year, led by an all-star group of cybersecurity professionals like the founder of the project, John Hammond. YouTube him. He's really nice with it. The training includes web-based, hands-on, virtual environment to help you for the job. First lesson is free. It's a beginner level lesson showing you cybersecurity basics. Hit the link in the pinned comment or description if this interests you at all, or just to support the show. Thank you again to Lily for sponsoring Derapy. Now let's listen to a song that was made actually when Kendrick and Drake were on much better terms.
Every second, every minute, man, I swear that she can get it. Say if you a bad bitch, put your hands up high. Hands up high, hands up high. Tell them dim the lights down right now. Put me in
Poetic Justice was the fourth single from this album. That's a lot of singles, but it was kind of like his debut commercial album, so to speak. It features Drake, your second favorite artist. What? Drake was working on Nothing Was the Same around the same time this album was being created. Kendrick at the time was quoted saying, "My vibe with Drake is real cool."
Oh, cool.
This would be the case for many, many years to come, and Drake and Kendrick remain very close and kind to each other to this very day. Don't fact check that.
I think niggas like him should die.
Poetic Justice has a great vibe. Janet Jackson's Anytime, Anyplace is sampled. Let's get into this track.
I recognize your fragrance, hold up, you ain't never gotta say shit, and I know you taste this a little bit, high maintenance, everybody else basic, you live life on an everyday basis with poetic justice, poetic justice. If I told you that a flower bloomed in a dark room, would you trust it? I mean, I write poems in these songs, dedicated to you when you're in the mood for empathy, it's blood in my pen. Better yet with your friends and them. I really wanna know you all. I really wanna show you off. Fuck that, pour up plenty of champagne. Cold nights when you curse this name. You called up your girlfriends and y'all curled in that little bitty range. I heard that she wanna go and party. She wanna go and party. Nigga don't approach her with that Atari. Nigga that ain't good game, homie, sorry. They say conversation rule a nation, I can tell, but I could never right my wrongs lest I write it down for real. P.S.
Great verse off the rip. I mean, I recognize your fragrance, hold up, you ain't even gotta say shit. So we get Hold Up, which is a reference to one of my favorite Kendrick songs ever, Hold Up. I recognize your fragrance, hold up, you ain't even gotta say shit. So it's like, you don't have to speak, I recognize you by the way that you smell. I also like how this ends where he says, you ain't even gotta say shit, you know, naturally. That's known for not smelling great. I recognize your fragrance, which, you know, he's saying that in a positive manner. I know your taste a little bit, high maintenance. Everybody else basic. You live your life on an everyday basis. Solid rhyme scheme. I don't know, just my opinion. If I told you that a flower bloomed in a dark room, would you trust it? I think that's just really nice imagery, really painting a picture. Sounds very poetic, one would say. I also like how the verse began with fragrance and then he follows through by saying that a flower bloomed. I write poems and these songs dedicated to you. You're in the mood for empathy. It's blood in my pen. Just a lot of detailed just explanation when it comes to him really painting this picture, painting this scene, the type of woman that we're dealing with. So yeah, I think that this is just a really, really good start to the song. Let's listen to our chorus here. It's Kendrick Lamar and Janet Jackson, you know, with the sample and everything.
You can get it, you can get it, you can get it, you can get it. And I know just what you want. Poetic justice, put it in the song, alright. You can get it, you can get it, you can get it, you can get it. And I know just what you want. Poetic justice, put it in the song, alright.
Here we go. Prime Drake.
I really hope you play this, cause oh girl, you test my patience with all these seductive photographs and all these one-off vacations you've been taking. Clearly a lot for me to take in, it don't make sense. Young East African girl, you too busy fucking with your other man. I was trying to put you on game, put you on a plane, take you and your mama to the motherland. I could do it, maybe one day, when you figure out you're gonna need someone. When you figure out it's all right here in the city and you don't run from where we come from. That sound like poetic justice. Poetic justice. You were so new to this life, but goddamn, you got adjusted. I mean, I write poems in these songs dedicated to the fun sex, your natural hair and your soft skin and your big ass and that sundress. Ooh, woo, good God, what you doing that walk for? When I see that thing move, I just wish we would fight less and we would talk more. They say communication save relations, I can tell, but I can never right my wrongs unless I write them down for real. P.S.
Hey, come on now. Y'all are not gonna sit here and tell me the young Aubrey didn't kind of come with it, right? I really hope you play this, because oh girl, you test my patience with all these seductive photographs and all these one-hop vacations you've been taking. Clearly a lot for me to take in. It don't make sense. I'm just saying, bro, Drake used to have it. You can hear the excitement in my voice because this is the Drake that I grew up actually enjoying. It's crazy. I feel like this verse is actually exactly what this song needed. to me. I feel like it's another perspective. I feel like Drake couldn't have featured on literally any other song on this album, and it makes sense besides Poetic Justice, where we're kind of just simping over a woman. You know, Drake has his Captain Save-A-Ho cap on. He's out here saying, this is why I'm the one. I can introduce you to new things. Quit playing with your other man. This is the type of music that, like, this is a home game for Drake. I feel like this is a really good verse, and I truly do believe that the song would not be the same without Drake here. I'm just really glad that Drake and Kendrick would continue to foster this relationship and continue to collaborate in a very positive and meaningful way. I'm sorry, I can't even say it. Let's get to Kendrick's next verse here.
Every time I write these words, they become a taboo. Making sure my punctuation curve, heavy letter hits true. Living my life in the margin, and that metaphor was proof. I'm talking poetic justice, poetic justice. If I told you that a flower bloomed in a dark room, would you trust it? I mean, you need to hear this. Love is not just a verb, it's you looking in the mirror. Love is not just a verb, it's you looking for it, maybe. Call me crazy, we can both be insane. A fatal attraction is common, and what we have common is pain. I mean, you need to hear this. Love is not just a verb, and I can see power steering. Sex drive when you swerve, I want that interference. It's coherent, I can hear it. That's your heartbeat, it either caught me or it caught me. Read slow and you'll find gold mines in these lines. Sincerely, yours truly. And right before you go blind, P.S.
I love how Kendrick had a verse, and then Drake had a pretty good verse as well, and Kendrick was like, yeah, let me get another one. I need to show him that I'm him. These are great metaphors and bars in this verse. This dialogue that he's starting on Love is great. We'll definitely talk more about that when we get to the song Real. I think this verse lends more to the Sherane narrative on this album. Let me know which lines from Kendrick's second verse on this song stick with you the most. I'd love to see that in the comments. I'm honestly feeling a solid 9 on this track too. Hate on me if you want. I find this song to be just as much
9
impactful to me personally as Money Trees. I think it has plenty of replay value if you ignore what happened in the past calendar year with the feature artist on this track. I think this song is borderline a classic, in my opinion. I love Poetic Justice. I think it's great. Anyway, speaking of Sherane, this is how we will end our show today.
One more time, homie. Where's you from?
Hey,
Where is
ask me
a
if you
problem?
over here from Sherane. Hey, you over here from Sherane, homie?
Okay, who this nigga over here from? He don't tell me where he's from. It's a rap. I'm sorry.
Hold on. We're gonna do it like this, okay? I'm gonna tell you where I'm from, okay? You gonna tell me where you from, okay? Or where your grandma stay, where your mama stay, or where your daddy stay, okay?
All this talking.
As a matter of fact, get out the van, homie. Get out the car before I snatch you out that motherfucker, homie.
Every time I hear that bit on the album, I can just feel my adrenaline spiking. It's a really powerful artistic choice, in my opinion, to not have Kendrick speaking while he's being pressed by Sherane's family. It makes them sound much more scary and aggressive. They start interrogating young Kenny before ultimately forcing him out of his mom's van. They're asking him who he is, where his family stays. Just hella aggressive talk. Real fighting words. Kind of a cold place for us to end our show today, but it's kind of like a cliffhanger in a way. What's gonna happen next to Young Dot? We are halfway through Good Kid, Mad City, and every song is a 9 or a 10 so far. Really, really great album, in my opinion, so far. Thank you again to Scroopy Noopers and Lily Clark for sponsoring today's show. The link to their clothing store and cybersecurity course will be linked in the pinned comment and description. Please check them out to support the show. And if you're just interested in the product, thank you all so much for tapping in. Remember to
like the video.
Love you. Mean it. Enjoy the outro. Good Kid, Mad City Part 3 next week. New episode tomorrow. Live show tomorrow. We're cooking.
It's probably big, it's a building, me jumping off of the roof. It's me just playing it safe, but what am I supposed to do when the topic is red or blue? And you understand that I ain't, but no, I'm accustomed to just a couple that look for trouble and live in the street with rank. No better picture to paint than me walking from Bible study and called his homies because he had said he noticed my face from a function that took in place. They was wondering if I banged.
Step on my neck and get blood on your Nike checks. I don't mind, cause one day you respect the good kid, Mad City.